You are now listening to the Kitchen Podcast, highlighting domestic life at the homestead. This detached kitchen was built at the same time as the original dog trot house in the 1880s. Constructing a separate kitchen was typical for early homestead architecture because the distance prevented the spread of fire to other buildings. The Shaw homestead is unique because there are few examples of early detached kitchens still standing. Although the kitchen was central to homestead life, many daily activities took place outside on the grounds and on the house porches. The yard immediately around the house was called the chicken yard. Outbuildings included the existing kitchen, smokehouse, jar house, and corn crib, as well as a large barn with a hayloft above, a sweet potato house, outhouse, garage, well, and tractor shed, which extended over the grist mill. Quilting was also a primary pastime for homestead women. Whenever there was a spare moment from all the planting, harvesting, preserving, cooking, and raising children, the women of the house would mend worn clothing and pieces of worn-out sheets in order to give them a second life as a quilt. In contrast to modern quilting, which usually pieces new fabrics into repetitive squares, Kelowna Shaw's scrap quilts are more often random, with a quilt stitch pattern unrelated to the piecework. They are a documentation of rural life which emphasizes practicality above all else. The Shaw family did not have electricity until 1951, even though electrical service was widely available in the area. Before then, all washing was brought outside in a large wash pot. Clothes were boiled in water with lye and rinsed on a wash log in the yard. In addition to washing clothes, the women of the house also spent time scrubbing down the heavily trafficked floors with lye and a corn shuck mop, a wooden tool that used shuck corn cobs as abrasives against the wood porches. All water had to be brought up from the well in the yard, and all work done during daylight, or in the dim light of oil lamps. Please proceed to the outbuilding beyond the kitchen for the Smokehouse Podcast.